Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining Agility Academy Leadership Live sessions. Every Tuesday, we talk about different advanced agile leadership topics. This week, we are going to talk about accelerating value delivery across organization as a value stream consultant. And we have got Shri. Hi, Shri. Thanks for
Hey,
joining.
hello. Hello, good morning.
So Shri is one of those few DAVSC or Discipline Agile Value Stream consultant across world who has applied these learnings in a real world and got heaps and heaps of years of industry experience. So what we are going to do today, we are going to do deep dive on this topic and then find out what are the practical tips which need to be followed if you want to become a successful value stream consultant. Now, this session is live on YouTube, LinkedIn, as well as Facebook. So if you are joining on one of those channels, say hi in comment section. Just mention your location and feel free to ask any question related to the topic to our experts. So let's dig in. So what we are going to cover in this next 30 minutes is what is discipline agile value stream consultant, what you can expect as a value stream consultant during the workshop. So PMI has come up with this 3-day workshop which is targeted towards senior agile leaders, and we are going to explore that further. We'll also find what need to be done in order to act as a value stream consultant and accelerate that value delivery across organization by taking few tried proven steps. Towards end, we are going to show you a glimpse of Miro board, which is used during this 3-day interactive workshop. And we'll wrap up this session by sharing a quick link on how to join our upcoming session where a lot of industry experts are going to embark on this journey. Hi Manoj, thanks for joining from UK. I can see people have dialed in and watching this session. So let me quickly talk about Discipline Agile Value Stream Consultant, what it is and how it's different from other programs. If you are a Scrum Master, if you are someone who has started your Agile journey, probably this is not a right program for you. Uh, in a PMI's Discipline Agile Leadership Journey, this one is senior most or topmost certification program, which is offered by Project Management Institute. It is targeting towards people who have got at least 3 years of Scrum Agile experience working in a Agile leadership role, such as Scrum Master, Agile Coach, Agile Consultant, Agile Team Leader, Agile Delivery Manager, Agile Project Manager. Expectation is that you have already tried, tested few Agile frameworks, and now you are trying to accelerate value delivery across organization by wearing the system thinker hat, value consultant or agile consultant hat. So let's find out. If you are interested to learn more, download brochure and have a quick look at our video. Then you can scan this QR code. It will take you to Agility Academy's Value Stream Consultant program, and you can explore more from there. So what is a discipline agile value stream consultant? What is that person's focus area? I will say this is a plan on a page, or this is a one-page diagram which tells us about depth and length of discipline agile as a toolkit. So you have got a foundation at the bottom, then you have got a value stream. Within value stream, you got a discipline agile DevOps, and then above that you have got discipline agile enterprise. When you talk about value stream consultant, expectation is that you are looking at the entire value stream. You are supporting leadership, groups, programs, product management, portfolio management part of that value stream in order to deliver value quickly to your customers. So that's the focus area. And that's the reason what we are talking is this is targeted towards senior agile leaders, consultants, senior scrum masters, or anyone who is passionate to move into this agile consultant, value stream consultant role. So focus area is predominantly here where you try to bring in different practices and identify opportunity where you can improve. So that is the focus area. Now, Discipline Agile is based, or Discipline Agile's Value Stream Consultant program is based on theory of constraint, flow, and it starts by coming up with new concept called as idealized development value stream. So what is the idealized development value stream? It is a pictorial representation of how value stream should look like. If you are looking or taking orders from customers, that those orders might be coming up with a new product or solution. It might be more to do with the maintenance work. How those things influence your portfolio management. Throughout the portfolio management, what need to be done in order to turn your strategies into initiatives which are funded So there's agile funding allocation which happens. Then you there's a concept of MBI. So you take this orange as it is shown here. It might be a big initiative. Then you slice it down into small chunks, which is called as a minimum business increment (MBI), and then you take this throughout your product management, development, intake, integration, deployment, and then release to your customers. So that's the idealized value stream. So this is the concept which is used in order to explore different aspects of value stream management in this Discipline Agile Value Stream Consultant program. By the way, if you have joined recently, feel free to say hi, mention your location, and feel free to ask any question related to transitioning into Agile Value Stream Consultant role or pursuing this particular discipline of knowledge. I can see that we have got few people who have joined from Botswana. Ona has joined. David and Manoj has joined from UK. So it's good to see that presentation from different countries and continents. Shri, I know you have got so many stories to tell, so many things to share. How do you start looking at this entire value stream management as an area of knowledge in this
Yeah.
program?
So thanks, Sandeep. So over a decade now, I think agile and agility has been spoken in the marketplaces. Many organizations are very much striving towards achieving the team level or technical agility, if I have to say, right? But they think that they are not really embracing the true value of agility just by tactically looking at the technical agility, and they want to actually achieve the end-to-end benefit, which is not just creation of value, but they want to realize value faster. And now there's the realization that if they want to realize value faster, they need to bring all other aspects of the enterprise into the agile journey, which is looking at the end-to-end thing where customer, or maybe if I have to say that in other words, it's like an idea to cash. So what happens is that when you want to realize the value faster, you need to broaden your horizon of thinking from just a siloed tactical or technical agility to expand it to the entire enterprise, or you can call it the enterprise agility. Now, when you look at the value stream comprises of all the steps in a workflow, right from idea to cash, and each step in that workflow is, let's consider, is has achieved agility. Doesn't mean that the enterprise has achieved agility. We need to understand the relationship between all those components and try and optimize it as a system. So applying system thinking. So the first step towards that is try and assess the goals and strategies. You need to understand the client's motivation and expectations. What is the scope of the engagement? Being a value stream consultant, you cannot just come up with kind of a blank mindset. You need to understand what is the scope. Then you need to be able to engage with the customer and facilitate those conversations and align the approach based on the findings. So that's your first step. You're trying to do the assessment and put the strategy, which is, in other words, I can call it as identifying the organizational challenges, if that makes sense. Sandeep.
Yeah, and I like the fact that whenever you start any engagement, you need to define your goal. You need to identify
Yeah.
what are the outcomes we want to align with. There's no point if your leadership or organization is looking to improve, let's say, time to market, and if you start focusing on improving quality, then that's not going to help. At the end of the day, you need to be clear on what are your client's expectations, why client has hired you as a value stream consultant to make certain changes, what is the scope, because as a value stream consultant, scope can be restricted to one particular business area or program, or it might be wider in scope. So it's important that you facilitate those discussions, align on the approaches based on the findings, based on data, as part of a first step as a value stream consultant. There's a question from Karim, who is based in Istanbul. Hi, Karim. Thanks for joining. Is this session going to be recorded? Yes. So if you have registered for LinkedIn live session, then you will be able to see it later. If you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, Agility Academy is our YouTube channel, you can also watch this session once it has gone live. And we'll share details to watch that recorded session on YouTube in comment section once the session is over. So it's going to be available for everyone to go back. And I know Discipline agile value stream consultant or value stream management is an advanced topic. Sometimes you don't get everything every time when you watch, every time you look at things, you digest something new. So in this 3 days workshop like program, you start by identifying what is the goal, what are the strategies, what is the scope of an engagement before you embark on suggesting something and starting with any improvements. So that is the step one. Uh, Shri, what is step two?
Yeah. So steps to it. Step two is identifying and analyzing the value stream. As you know that most of the times when you go as a consultant, you will end up seeing that the organization is structured in a very much functionally siloed manner. And you need to talk to the people and understand how the actual value flows horizontally. And these are two different directions, right? Because when the organization is functionally siloed, most of the times you see that the information is flowing from top down, from managers to the team, whereas the actual value flows horizontally from left to right. So identifying the organization structure, understanding the culture, what really motivates people, and then being a consultant, you don't know how the value flows. So you need to have a constant dialogue with the teams to understand the flow of direction, which is trying to identify the value streams. Okay, which is the first part of value stream management. You will definitely try and understand the as is process, because that is what is the basis on which you are going to take the further step, and then you are going to look at what are those things which are slowing down the value flow from left to right. When I say left to right, means idea to cash, and that in lean language it is also called as a waste. Okay, indirectly you are going to identify the waste. Now, waste exists in every single part of the value stream. I mean to say every single step in the organization, but waste also exists at an organizational level. So team level waste as well as the organizational waste, you can call it as a improvement opportunities, you can call it as the constraints, restraints. At the end of the day, anything which slows down the value flow is something you are going to identify, and then you are going to measure, if you remove that, how you are going to measure the effectiveness of that improvement. It can be cycle time, lead time, throughput, variety of different lean metrics that you will agree, by which you will be able to measure the effectiveness. That's step two, Sandeep.
Yeah, spot on. So it always start by understanding how things are done on the ground. So
Yes.
essentially, by default, there's one or another way of working. Many times, that way of working is influenced by organizational culture, and as someone has said, that culture follows structure. So if you have got siloed structure, wherein different departments are just focusing on their bit of piece, and no one is actually managing entire value stream, looking at from the customer's point of view how things are getting delivered, nothing happens. So as a value stream consultant, what you do, you try to do a fact finding, you try to understand how things are done, what is the end to end process, by connecting all those dots, and then show them a mirror. Then you show them the reality, saying that okay, even if work need to be, the amount of work which is required to be done for certain piece of work is, let's say, 1 month. In reality, from the customer's point of view, it takes 1 year or 6 months to deliver that thing. And it happens because we have got so many type of waste in the system. It might be more to do with the documentation, the processes in which certain approvals are required, certain things are blocked due to dependencies. So there are many constraints and restraints. As a result of that, value might not be flowing steadily from concept till cash, from trigger till realization. So as a value stream consultant, you identify and then analyze the existing value stream, and then come up with some advice on improvements, some areas through which in which we can make some challenges. And remember, at the end of the day, out of sight is out of mind. If you don't have someone who is wearing that system thinker hat and looking at value stream end to end, no one is going to make any progress. So many times it is your job as a value stream consultant to enlighten your clients and tell them, boss, this is how things are happening. And you might have thought that problem is in software development area or problem is in marketing area. In reality, it might be more to do with the procurement, or it might be more to do with the way our sales team is reaching out to customers. So that is a step two. By the way, if you have joined recently, say hi in comment, mention your location, and ask any question related to career as a value stream consultant or value stream management as a topic. We are exploring different steps which are need to be taken to accelerate value realization as a value stream consultant, and how PMI's disciplinary value stream consultant program help you to gain hands-on experience through this 3-day workshop to act as a value stream consultant confidently. So we are at step two, then step three.
Now, this is the next step where we want to now optimize and improve the value stream. So in step two, if you remember, our focus was more on understanding as is and trying to understand what is actually slowing down the value. Now here, this is your opportunity to demonstrate the quick feedback cycles across the value stream. You have to apply the systems thinking, and you are going to first create a second operating system, which is trying to align people in the organization in the flow of value and not in the vertical structure that we spoke about earlier, which you can call it, you can call it as like a virtual group of people who are kind of responsible for value creation, value delivery, and value realization come under the one hat in the operating kind of way. Then there is an opportunity for you to identify the strategies and issues, which is called as improvement opportunities. Okay, and then you are going to create a value stream, align teams using a proven approach called as a DA Flex approach. Again, your focus is on creating a minimum business increment, which will not just be a value created value, but it is something which is consumable for the customer in the lowest amount of time. So the test that you are going to do when you align with the new structure is, can you identify MBIs, minimum business increments, which are small enhancements or features, smallest enhancements and features which are consumable, right? It's a very new concept, and Discipline Agile really talks about it with passion. And in some time from now, Sandeep, I think we have opportunity to also quickly move to the Miro board and actually demonstrate how this particular step works. But this step actually takes the next step towards optimization and improvement of the value stream.
Yeah, and this is where actual fun starts. So you will come up with some suggestions. You might run some experiments through which will prove fact that having quick feedback loops help you to fail fast, succeed often. It might be an opportunity where you can list down, okay, what are the risks, what are the issues, what are the opportunities and dependencies, and rather than just managing those dependencies, what need to be done to remove them altogether. And as a part of that, you might want to look at the existing structure of teams and program, and then come up with some suggestions saying that you need to align teams towards focusing on delivering certain business increments, which is investment for revenue, or investment to sell something for which customer is ready to pay. So it's all about looking at end-to-end flow, taking holistic view, and then coming up with suggestions so that you can accelerate that value realization by tackling risk, issues, opportunities, dependencies, as well as moving people towards value rather than getting stuck in the organizational structure. So there's a last step which we'll discuss, and then we'll quickly have a look at Miro board. So Miro is a virtual whiteboard tool, and that is something which is used in 3-day workshop. You don't go and just refer slides. You get your hands dirty as a value stream consultant in this program, and we are going to show you a glimpse of that so that you will understand that how this 3-day program will help you to kick off your or advance your career as a value stream consultant or agile consultant. So step 4, Sri.
So we normally take a view with the competencies, right? So we identify certain competencies and we look at those where the competency is required to be. Those are the gaps actually which we need to fill in. That becomes your improvement backlog, which can fall under category people. That those can be process related competencies, those can be product technology, right? And then we ensure that, and by the way, that's not a static backlog, that's a dynamic backlog. It means that every time, as you know, theory of constraints say that every time you actually identify and remove one blocker, you will be able to identify the next one, right? So this is not a static list. This is very much a dynamic list, which will help you very much define, refine, and socialize the improvement backlog. This is your opportunity as a consultant to make the work visible to your management, saying that these are the areas of improvement that exist, and take their buy-in to see what is the plan to actually work on them in terms of removal. Definitely, your success of the engagement depends on how effectively you collaborate and build rapport and relationship with the different stakeholders, because all these ways that we talk about does fall under various different functional teams, and you do not directly have the access to those teams. So it is easy to identify but difficult to remove unless you gain the right level of support from the right stakeholder. And then you will be aligning the value stream to a portfolio, because at the end of the day, what you are doing is trying to increase the rate of value or optimize the value right from the portfolio to the product to the development value stream. So you're taking the end-to-end view, and you are moving from the project to a product construct, meaning outcome-based approach to a output-based approach to the outcome-based approach. You're not your focus is not on the process compliance, but your focus is going to be more on how quickly you deliver value to the customer.
I
And
like
then
that.
accordingly you will be able to then analyze the effectiveness of your strategies that you apply to improve the value stream by using multiple different lean metrics. The ones which we have shown in the slide are the basic ones, but depending on the maturity of your organizations and value stream, there might be more such. For example, we did not talk about cost of delay here, which is the key metric from lean perspective. Lead time, cycle time, throughput, work in progress, right? There are a variety of different metrics that you can define based on the context. Remember, discipline agile doesn't come with the standard set of framework mindset when it comes to anything. It is all about context counts. So you are going to define the metrics which are more of applicable to you and your context rather than being generic. So this is the last step where you are actually taking a action to improve and measure the effectiveness of what you think you did, Sandeep.
Yeah. So I just want to emphasize that as a discipline agile value stream consultant or agile consultant, you are always working in a two different worlds. World which exists now, the processes and then the compliance which needs to be put in place, the structure which is currently present, and then the idealized value stream, the world in which you want to move people, wherein they will be challenging existing processes, they will be challenging existing ways of working, and come up with the new ideas which will help you to accelerate that value delivery. And as a part of that, your improvement areas or improvement focus areas might be something to do with the uplifting skills or people on the ground. It might be more to do with changing existing process, challenging existing process, coming up with a new way in which product is constructed, or it might be technology uplift. So there are many things on which you need to shift your focus in order to come up with the improvement backlog. So, Shri, probably it's time to show our participant how this 3-day workshop is run, in which participant can understand how to act as a value stream consultant in a real world scenario. So, let me quickly share Miro board. Can you see Miro board?
Yes, this is visible. So, Sandeep, this is an interesting thing which differentiates very high-end courses which are available in the market compared to what we offer in um, Discipline Agile Value Stream Consultant. This course is much of a hands-on course. We don't teach this course through just a PowerPoint slides, right? Consultants are very senior people. They need to be able to demonstrate their learning, theoretical learning, by actually putting their hands and dirting their hands across the real-time case studies. So we will have some fictitious company that we'll be using throughout the course, in which we will actually do all the 4 steps. Number one, we are going to identify the organizational challenges. Sandeep, if you can zoom up a little bit, not much, just to give kind of a glance to the attendees in terms of how this is done. This is very much each one of us or each one of you will be actually involved in identifying the organizational challenges, which involves doing an assessment and identifying what different challenges occur because of the lack of certain practices and roles. On these competencies at the beginning are defined very much by PMI discipline agile, but they are not the only competencies. You can very much add the respective competencies as per your context, your organizational context to this list and make it more meaningful. Then you go to the next step where you identify the improvement opportunities. What you do, you basically conduct some structured group conversations and discussions with the leadership team about the assessment, and you will identify number of different opportunities for improvement. This will result in a visual map of improvement opportunities for you. You can take that, and then third thing that you are going to create is a playbook of competencies. This will involve seeing which competencies should be worked and in which specific order of priority, because you might have 20 different things to do, but we know that we don't have unlimited time and resources. We need to always apply the principle of simplicity, which is the art of maximizing the amount of work not done, which is trying to avoid the gold plating and do the bare minimum thing, which is more important, which will help you optimize the value delivery. Once you do that, then you are going to take the last step where you are going to populate the improvement workboard that you see here, where you are going to take the identified competencies and break them down into something called as minimum viable change. You are not going to take a big bang approach. You are going to take like a MVP approach called as minimum viable change to ensure that your strategies are actually working. There is a checkpoint. If your MVCs are working, then you're going to continue. If your MVCs don't work, it means that you need to do something else. So this is a very structured approach. We actually give the access to all our participants on the Miro board well ahead of the training. They go through it, they prepare themselves, they read the case study, and they come prepared. It's a joint collaborative effort, which is a shared learning experience. People come from variety of different industries, not just IT, and bring their different perspective to it, which is really a great shared learning experience. So we did that in our first batch of DAVSC when we did, and this is our another opportunity where we are launching our next batch very soon, and there are a number of people who have already registered for that. We are looking forward to actually bring in that collective experience sharing experience very soon.
Thank you, Shri. So that's how all those theoretical concepts will be put in practice, and then you'll understand as a discipline agile consultant, value stream consultant, how you can accelerate that value delivery and create that continuous improvement culture. And the way it is done, it's done holistically by looking at real world scenarios, by looking at situations which are often dealt by any consultant, agile consultant, value stream consultant, and how you can help to accelerate that value delivery right from the moment that need has been identified, it has been shaped up, budget is allocated, funding is allocated, product management aspect on that is done. You have identified NBIs and then created that consumable solution and potential value is delivered. So this particular program, as I mentioned earlier, is quite advanced program. If you have got 3 years of agile experience working in a different roles, or if you aspire to become an agile consultant, value stream consultant, this is your right course for you, right program for you. I would like to highlight that there are less than 200 or 150 professionals across world who are DAVSC or Discipline Agile Value Stream Consultant certified, and this is one of the toughest program which is offered by PMI. So you can scan QR code to understand more about this program. There is another session which we have done recently, 40-minute live session. You can watch that recording by scanning this QR code, download course program brochure. You can also WhatsApp us at this number, or you can call us on our US phone number. If you are based in Europe, we have got UK phone number as well available on our website, agilityacademy.com.au. Yeah, so if you are passionate about value stream management, want to pursue or advance your career in an agile leadership role, If you are, then this is the right fit for you. There are a few places left for our upcoming batch. Feel free to reach out to us. Thank you again. If you have got any questions, you can reach out to us directly via LinkedIn. Sandeep Ranavare and Srihari Alwani. I think these are the unique names. You will not find too many Sandeep and Srihari with this last name. And yeah, or you can simply book a agile consulting session by visiting our website. Thanks again. If you have got any questions, reach out to us. Otherwise, that's it for today. Just a quick reminder, every Tuesday, same time, we go live and explore different topic with industry experts. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our LinkedIn channel, and like this video to stay updated. Thank you and have a good one.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Bye.